explanation. We do have a short sound bug which we're going to try and fix shortly. So just bear with us while we do that. In the meantime, you have pissed around in silence.
One thing to note actually about GPlay is, whilst we are fixing the sound issue, they did actually take down the Swedish team Orbit on Inferno. It was like a 16-2 crushing, and they also defeated Uno A on Nuke to actually get to this point. So GPlay looking very strong. And in fact, as opposed to how I think many people are going to be expecting Epsilon to take this, but it could very well go to GPlay here. So we'll see if GPlay can have a good start here. It's a very slow pistol round to kick things off, and we're going to see Biggie at the bottom of Banana here, and it's a very nice position. They have a lot of info about what's going on. I think they may have even seen the bomb as well. So GPlay, look how cautious they are. Look how tentative they are playing at the moment. And we do have a couple players still on Banana here for Epsilon, still trying to make sure that they keep this area under control. But it's going to be Bubble is going to be able to take down Biggie. Biggie, the fifth of Epsilon, who is trying to secure his spot in the team to be the strong fifth that they need, that they're looking for right now. And here it is. GPlay going to make their way into the A bomb site. One player in pit, one here on the site. GPlay making the entries. Excellent work indeed, as there's only 2 left from Epsilon now. And the bomb is ready to go down finally, as we are going to have the 2 rotating players coming in. FXO and also GMX. Can still save this. GMX has a kit, but there goes Spiny there on top of the crate. Some excellent damage, and FXO caught between 2 players. Doesn't know which way to turn, and that's going to be the round there for GPlay. So very slow, but very efficient. Good work from them.
Okay, we're just going to quickly cut to studio while we restart the client here during these eco rounds. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. So sorry about that, guys. Sometimes we get a few bugs in the system. The sound was working just before we went live, but one of those things, sometimes it happens.
Stuff happens all the time.
Indeed it does.
So James bought a new prop, guys.
No, we don't talk about this.
But I'm not going to tell them what it is.
You're making me a bit nervous here.
I know you're getting nervous, but I'm not going to spoil it, don't worry. I'm just saying James brought a new prop, so you can look forward to that in the future shows.
But you kind of ruined it now when it comes. Like, it's going to have less impact, so you said there's something coming now.
There's not going to be less impact.
Well, there's no surprise now.
There will be a surprise, because they don't know what it is.
It's half the surprise.
They always know that you're going to be bringing something new.
Tweet us, @follow DDK.
Oh, no.
@follow James Bardolph. I mean, no, I don't have follow in my name, because I'm not DDK. But tell us if you think Dan has ruined my surprise, or if you think it hasn't been ruined and now you're just looking forward to it. I'm curious to know what the consensus is here.
Well, I'm curious to see whether GPlay can actually beat Epsilon here, because I think they can actually do it.
So do I actually. Go on, you can give your points.
Well, I mean, there was an interview today with FXO on HLTV, and he's talking about how motivated they are. And I mentioned it briefly off camera. I was surprised they didn't talk about, because there's one question that I really wanted to see, which wasn't asked, which was about the way that, I don't know if, I wouldn't put it as chemistry, but just the way that things have changed in the climate of the team regarding FXO, because we did see him removed from the team previously.
Yeah. And
the reputation was that this player, he didn't fit in because of attitude or whatever that may or may not be. Some people use the word toxic. I think that's got pretty strong negative connotations, so I don't want to use it. But obviously there's an attitude issue there. So I really wanted to know like exactly what happened, what changed in the team and the approach, that now they look like they're really much more together. Because Epsilon in the past have been very shaky up and down. We can see great results from them in as far as the individual skills. Sometimes they do amazing stuff, but the consistency wasn't really there. And I think chemistry might have been an issue. But now it looks like a different team. It looks like everything is changing. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to do. And FXO, he's been playing amazing. He's basically become the star player in the last few matches I've seen of Epsilon. It's like 30 bombing all over the place.
Okay, so I think we're still having some problems here, as I don't hear any sound. So
we can make the sound effects, James.
I think we may have to ask them to just quickly pause the game while we solve this issue in the studio. But we can see GPlay still won the second round as well, and Epsilon continue their eco. So again, I feel like, I mean, looking at the forums and what people have been saying about GPlay, there's a lot of confidence with them going into this match, and I feel like it sounds like they're a really solid team, and they took out, I think it was Orbit as well. And I mean, I think it's fair to say that Epsilon, you could argue, have been somewhat of a shaky team historically, which is something we have definitely seen.
However, they did recently. Well, I think was it against NIP. They actually managed to take them down in Inferno. So here we go. We're going to get a flash over the top there for Epsilon to go in for these aggressive frags onto Banana, as they are on the somewhat of a pistol armor buy here, as they did lose the first round. And GPlay going to be annihilating them, largely speaking. Dreamer only the one to go down here. GMX going to pick up another kill into Bubble, so that's some extra damage being done there. But should be able to clean it up here. Okay, so there we go. And we'll have to see now if... oh, that's excellent.
This is why you do not touch the mouse and keyboard, Dan.
Trying to get rid of the mouse cursor. Either way, so good start here for GPlay. Epsilon, not so good on the money. We're not going to see an AWP on FXO just yet, and that's where a lot of the strength comes into play when he starts getting to play all these different positions, running around the map with the AWP aggressively. And GPlay so far controlling the pace of the match. Epsilon having a bit of a slower approach here. The car smoke on Banana, a middle smoke as well. And we do have ourselves a pretty standard setup here, but GPlay now deciding that they want to actually push into the Banana area. Are they going to be able to break through here? Just a swell of players here for GPlay. I want to see things still be very slow at the moment, as the resmoke does come in from Epsilon. GPlay seem somewhat committed to trying to push this area though, still with 3 players. 4 now, looking to push through. Now the smokes have gone away, but there is the third one. And that is frustrating to say the least there for GPlay. And Mill's still smoked as well, so Epsilon now with only 1 smoke on screen. And GPlay, by the time they actually do get to go for the push, they're not going to have much time, and Epsilon are going to know that that's going to be the site that they're going to go for sure. And they've spotted the players. GMX should be ready to slowly fall back now, as the push is about to come in here. We do have Dreamer, who is on the flank here, trying to catch any rotating players. And in they go on the entry now. So far, no one to go down. There it is, the first frag onto Biggie. Victor able to pick up a team kill there onto NKL. GMX coming in from construction. That is an excellent kill coming in. Another one as well from GMX. Does get taken down by Bubble. A 2-on-2 now. The bomb is also planted. So Fexio coming in, finds Dreamer on the flank. And that is going to be the save for Epsilon. The bomb did go down, however, for GPlay, but it does seem that GPlay are still going to be looking pretty good in the monies. Epsilon going to barely keep themselves going there. So, guys, whilst we start the technical difficulties, we are going to take take a grip of the map. We see them win. We see the AWP come into the hands of FXO, and then French fans all over the place are cheering. Or we see GPlay take it, and then it starts to get really weird for Epsilon because they're already down to. So very, very important round here, and let's see how things are going to turn out.
Okay, so this, obviously we still have no sound, but we do have sound even though we don't have sound, so just bear with us, guys, and we will solve it, because I did test it 10 seconds ago.
All right, so we do have, once again, a fairly standard round, however, more defensive approach coming in from Epsilon, not kind of pushing Banana this time and having mid of Banana smoked, but instead they are on the sites in very, very passive positions. And GPlay, unlike the previous rounds, aren't really pushing either, but we are going to see the smoke tossed over from GMX to help the defense of B keep those smokes going as long as they possibly can. And they've got 2-man set up on Arch, so it's a nice, I like this kind of a setup from Epsilon, and the one guy that is on quad side is committed on the truck and the pit. So this is a cool setup, and GPlay going to go in for that push on Banana to begin with. Just make sure that it's under control. This time in the round, it's 30 seconds left. There shouldn't be many smokes left. They're going to still see smoke there, and that is quite confusing. But the bomb is pretty much committed to this site now, and these smokes are causing massive issues. They might just have to wait it out. Here goes the play into A for the rest of the GPlay members to try to sell this. We have the floating player going towards the A bomb site. They think that it's A, but the bomb is being planted on B in this 3-on-3. So very well sold is this fake by GPlay, as we are going to see now Biggie on the front there, rotating through CT spawn. But there is a player flanking, and there is Victor here by the sandbags. They've got great positions post-plant. Victor's going to be able to take down 2 players in Banana, and that leaves Biggie, who won his one-on-one, as the bomb is ticking away. But that bomb is starting to go faster and faster, and I think it's in its final stages here. Spy just going to annihilate him, and an excellent round by GPlay. The delays with those smokes were really good by Epsilon, but GPlay, they held their composure very well, and they played patiently, they were calm, and they managed to make it work. So props to them. Epsilon, however, are going to be in this dangerous territory we're talking about now, where they're just going to be just ecoing again and again. We're going to get to the next spy round very soon, because they've already lost so many in a row, but yeah, it's not a good look for them right now. So
I think we just needed to restart the game to get this down there. So hopefully it'll be back very shortly. Otherwise, I'm just going to start pulling your hair out because I don't have any hair. Got to pull someone's hair out, right?
Can you just pull the? Just don't touch my hair, man. What about the nade? Isn't this what the nade is for?
Okay, what is going on here?
That's what the nade is for.
This is really bizarre. Okay, you talk.
All right, I can do that. We all know I can do that. All right, so talk is what James told me to do. So talk, I will. And that looks like a pretty easy cleanup of the anti-eco there from GPlay, just a slow push up middle into the A bomb site. So very standard stuff there. And once again, Epsilon, having lost so many rounds in a row, should be able to get a buy going in the next rounds. And where is Uzi? He is lurking around CT at the moment. Not much to actually say about Uzi, other than he's just looking for a weapon here, looking for an exit. So we'll have to see if he's going to get so lucky as that. It doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment, but we do have ourselves a very awkward situation here for Epsilon. I mean, GPlay, again, just to recap here, they took down Team Orbit on Inferno 16-2. So just going to throw that out there for you guys. Like, obviously, Team Orbit is a pretty darn strong Swedish team, so it's quite scary that they're able to do that and to take down Unuane, the Danes there on Nuke as well. Unuane, a team that has been showing some great team play and some great strategies and good rehearsal and so on, good executions. That's an impressive series of string of results. GPlay are getting stronger and stronger. So Epsilon is a great test for them. We're going to see the buy coming in now as well, and they're going to be pushing up against these FAMASs. Largely these FAMASs into the apartments, into the A bomb site, just cleaning house at the moment. Epsilon very defensively set up here towards Arch side, going to be trying to go for the retake, but without the weapons, without the nades, without being able to actually hold on to these key areas, it is just a crushing result, and you're going to see that they're going to fall back now. Interestingly, in this round, typically you'll see teams who are afraid of the inability to hold A. They will actually put 3 players around this kind of area. Wow, that's interesting. So you could have like even 2 on quad, and then 1 up in apartments. So just something kind of like a 3-man defense here, or that's something we've seen quite a few times, and it's really really cool because when this gets smoked off and they all push through, obviously you have a really nice ability to defend that. You got more players behind the defense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So they didn't go for anything like that. They had just one man on apartments, so very very nice choice there from GPlay to actually hit that. It's unlikely that they knew that there would be 2 men, that there would not be 2 men there, and that there was instead just 1. But still, Epsilon now, you can see once again a scrappy buy. No AWPs yet for them. The mag coming out for GMX. Scream going to be the man in apartments here. That's a good pre-nade. Should do a decent amount of damage. Only 30 or so to Spy Leader. As we're going to see nothing spotted there by Izzy, and Scream in a good position here, but gets immediately taken down. That is absolutely gutting here for Epsilon, who once again are being completely crushed on their defense. I hesitate to even call it much of a defense at this point, but we're going to see if they're able to bring this back, or at least claim some dignity here, as FXO did get 1 kill, as he does go down in the effort though. And Epsilon losing man after man. It's a very bad start for them. So just FXO left now, and they are on the max the round loss bonus now. So they are going to be able to just keep buying more or less if they really want to. on a map like this, you'd probably. I mean, if it's Dust 2, for example, you can maybe, or some of the more open maps, you can make an argument, I think, for just buying, and trying to get the rounds back. But I think on a map like this, you really want all those nades to have a proper.
Yeah, I was scared until I heard the sound. We definitely need to bring it down a bit though. It's a bit too loud.
GPlay have been really just exploiting them and just they've been looking really confident, and they've been nailing them completely on entries.
Have you ever been exploited, Dan?
And the lack of nades has been a problem as well. Epsilon looking for a more aggressive play on Banana this time around. They haven't done that for quite a while. They did it very early on.
They've got 3 of their personnel towards that B site. Got that bomb, sorry, that smoke down at the bottom of Banana. Just going to hold it semi-passively here. Not going to go all the way down just yet. Going to be re-smoked there by Uzi, and it's going to rotate and just leave Biggie on the B-bomb site by himself for the time being.
Yeah, this is definitely looking better from Epsilon, but still, it remains to be seen whether or not GPlay can just walk all over them again, which is what they have been doing. They've been walking in, aiming, and killing Epsilon players. They don't seem to be having problems with that, but there goes the pop flash over for Epsilon. Getting some kills. That's a nice one there from GMX, as he does thin out the presence of GPlay on apartments.
It's interesting how passive GPlay being in this round, because again, it's almost as if they wanted to take control of Banana, which is still smoked, as we have 40 seconds remaining, I might add. And that's going to force the rotation from Uzi, but just they don't have much time to actually take this site here. I mean, 29 seconds. They don't have control of quad. They're going to have to push around from Arch. They have put the frag on Uzi, though. Trade's coming in. Still 3 versus 3, 20 seconds remaining now, and they are running out of time pretty fast. Dreamer going down, and that's going to be a clean sweep from the remaining Epsilon players. So GPlay possibly too passive, maybe sensing desperation from Epsilon. They're just waiting for the push, but there was no push.
Yeah,
apart from the Blonde push.
There's been a lot of rounds when Epsilon have had the nades which have looked like this so far, but usually GPlay just walk all over them. That's been kind of the issue. That setup was much better from Epsilon, because that was one of the first times in recent rounds where Epsilon had 2 players towards quad side. Actually, they've only had 1 in many of these spots, and that's really been a problem. So it's good that they've been switching that up, and we're going to see now, again, a very default setup.
That's a beautiful pop flash from Scream.
I still really am looking forward to this FXO AWP. In previous Infernos, he's been clocking, you know, around like 30 frags, like huge fragger on the CT side for Epsilon. So it is definitely a very big edge to be used for Epsilon if they can just get there. But the money is so tight so far for them. And I love how patient GPlay are. Patience is absolutely a virtue on Inferno, when you can see that the CTs, they have a nice advantage as long as these smokes are up.
Yeah, Epsilon definitely playing the clock game here, as we can see. Once again, GPlay going to start to move around that 40-second clock, just going to start to walk up mid. I mean, again, as you said, the patience, just waiting for the CTs to exhaust all of their smoke grenades has been quite impressive, but they are going to be up against an army of Epsilon players here, but Uzi just looking away from the flash at the wrong time, and he's going to fall down. Faceit getting 2 trade frags there. Still 21 seconds remaining, and they don't have control of the site. Scream putting in some work there with the FAMAS. Going to be taken down by Dreamer. They should be able to plant the bomb on the site now. Do they know where Faceit is? He's creeping in quad while his teammate's going to run distraction in the arch area. That's going to be Biggie.
Faceit is creeping along. Dreamer has him in his crosshairs, easily dispatching of Faceit, and in comes Biggie. He was tasked with B alone, and now he's tasked with the retake of the A bomb site against 2 players. He knows one's in pit. You can see how wary he is of that, but he's going to get caught from behind as Bubble peeks just at the right moment, and that round goes to GPlay once again, and we see that Epsilon's economy is in tatters. And this is looking very bad indeed for them. GPlay, again, they 16-2'd orbit on this map, so it's not surprising to see them do so well, but at the same time, Epsilon can't quite climb their way out of this hole that they've found themselves in.
Have you ever been to Bulgaria?
No.
Me neither. I'd like to go to Sofia though. One day.
Me too.
CTs find themselves on the eco here. Biggie going to be the first to fall. Scream is rolling with Kevlar and a Deagle. We are in with Scream now, so we'll see what he can do if this push continues towards the B site. You can see them stacking up here, preparing for a push here. But they're still keeping their options open. You can see Spy Leader all the way over in the second mid. So if they need to retreat, they can. Or can also stop the flank. But again, it just keeps their options open, generally speaking. So GMX, he is in the balcony area. Looking to have a peek around mid. Has just missed Spy Leader walking up mid at the moment. Still passive play. Just waiting, GPlay. While Spy Leader is just kind of clearing the site. He's going to identify that there is a stack towards the B sites. But if they start to rotate, you can see them slowly moving away from B now. And let's see what GMX can do. Has he heard? No, he's going to get caught in the middle of mid. And too much firepower from the Terrors. It's going to force rotation from Epsilon to the A site, but they're going to be far too late. GPlay going to have their post-plant positions set up. You can see the rotation just creeping in, being very, very careful. Really running the clock down as well. 15 seconds remain as the bomb goes down for the Bulgarians. 2 players remaining for the Epsilon side. See Scream looking for the frag there. It's going to be left down to Faceit with a P250, just hanging around the B bomb site. So nothing doing for him. He's expecting them to come looking for him. And there is a conga line going through the library area at the moment, as you can see on your top left radar. So this is a pretty bad half so far for Epsilon. I mean, they're running out of... They have barely any rounds left for FXO to get his warp going. And by the time he does, GPlay with 9 rounds on the board... It's looking pretty good for them. This is the best of 3, though, let's not forget.
Costs so little money. This really sucks for them. This is this is really, really bad. I don't know how to put it other than that.
So what's the map after this one?
Let's see if we can figure that one out real quick. Oh, I'm still figuring that one out. Oh, it's Dust 2. Okay, Dust 2. Okay, we have Cash as the decider.
3 really open, well, sorry, 2 really open maps.
Yes.
So FXO could definitely get back into it. I mean, how much do you know about the GPlay team? Do they have a strong AWPer on their team, or?
Well, right now, it's they are news to me as far as we're seeing them. This is the first like proper match that I've seen them in.
Uzi's in trouble here.
In recent times. So we'll have to see if Epsilon can bring it back in. They still have a chance to do so. I mean, if they can start stringing things together here, and it's starting off well, they're able to take down Victor there as he does go for the push. It's a trade, however, so GPlay still in with the advantage on the numbers game, as they can decide to bully the CTs now, as they're kind of forced to split up to a site.
Look at the strength of the hold here from them. Good pick there from FXO, gets away with it as well. Uzi gets shot down to 4 HP now, so he's surviving on the skin of his teeth during 2 frags there, one his own and that one from FXO, so that does give them a bit of an advantage. But prior to that happening, Dreamer was just holding the mid area, keeping an eye on any potential flanks through app, so GPlay doing very good map control, keeping their options open for as long as possible. And again, they start to creep into the B bomb site now, as we have Uzi at the back of the site, takes down another one, still with 4 HP, they cannot kill this man. Finally, he goes down. They're going to go straight for the bomb plant, not realizing that FXO is going to put a stop to that. Gets the other frag as well. 3 Epsilon players surviving. Not many rounds left, but that is going to be important because look at the money on the rest of their team. They're going to have to drop for the 2 remaining players. See FAMAS being picked up there. That was a key round in the death throes of this first half here for Epsilon. And
GPlay made a mistake as well. I mean, they had Spy Leader go for a push on that angle, and his teammate was clearly too far away to trade him. So if he would have communicated, I'm going to go push this, teammate just needed to know to take a few steps forwards, and then it would have been a trade, and they would have been 3-on-3, and they would have had the advantage into the site. But
this is either a truck smoke or a pit smoke. Let's have a look. Well, the camera's changed, but I think they're covering all the options there as this quad push does come in. So the pit smoked, the truck is also smoked, but FXO gonna not be smoked off on the arch and just get a free kill as Dreamer starts to push the site with all of his teammates lagging behind. GMX now just poking through the smoke, taking down 2. All of a sudden, only Victor's remaining, so lots of fancy smokes, but the execution afterwards, not optimal there by GPlay. Again, had all the smokes for one side and then got shot by the other, the one player who just pushed through on his own. I don't know if that was like an information play, because literally the other 4 players were just standing in quad.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of confusion in the chaos, and GMX got 3 frags from Graveyard, and I don't think they had any visibility there, so just a bit of a mess really. And good play from GMX after getting smoked off and pit to get himself up there. But GPlay still with plenty of cash to put these strong buys in. And we're going to see Epsilon returning to their car hold on Banana. And there's 2 players there for GPlay to try to contest that, but with the smoke down, there's not a lot they can do for the time being. And we're going to see that they are going to try and work some map control on the other side of the map. So very, very standard opening here. But where will the first kill be? Where will the first engagement really be?
They are really contesting Banana here. They are not giving it up for anything. They are refusing to have it dominated by the French right now. Just holding that position, passive position there from the tree area, which you can no longer jump into from those logs. Which makes me sad.
So they know NKL is likely there, just missing with the incendiary, just slightly, but they're going to fall back now. 45 seconds left on the clock, and we're going to start to see GPlay moving in for the A play. Scream up in apartments, ready and waiting. Going to take down Dreamer with the M4. And problem is, though, GPlay are on the bomb site, and Scream's really low at the moment. They've got great positions on A. The bomb is going to get planted by Victor, as he is going to be able to rest on the site. NKL going to go down, so it's all on to Spy Leader and Victor, as we see Epsilon now moving in with 3 men on the retake. However, Scream is quite low. And there you go, flashes. Bomb is getting further and further ticked now. In they are. Spy Leader going to pop out just on the side of the smoke, and Biggie, my goodness! Spy Leader walking straight in front of him, and he has just enough time to get the defuse going. That was very unexpected. I'm not sure how did that? That was weird. That was really strange.
Yeah, well, Epsilon had a player on quad, which I think just distracted the rest of the team there. So he was strafing away from pit.
Yeah, just the blind spot, just as Biggie came through the smoke on Library. That's very.
Finally, we're seeing the AWP from Faceit as we have a 3-man push on B, but these early pushes are going to pay off for Faceit. Finally, they get a connection. Again, GPlay being very, very passive at the beginning of almost every single round. And again, you can just see Dreamer just standing still, not moving, playing a very passive position around the apps area.
And they should be able to predict that now Faceit has gone back to Arch side. And this is the most standard of ways to play a B push with the AWP. Then take the shot, go back to Arch. So they could predict this, and let's see if James can wiggle us out of the smoke now. Stuck in the brush in the shrubbery, but oh dear. Either way,
what a nice plant.
Looks like GPlay are going to be losing almost everyone. Dreamer's the only one left, and he's going to get dealt with by GMX. So it's a good hold there. GPlay pushing into B and being largely unsuccessful. So Epsilon are going to make themselves look much, much better at the end of the first half. However, GPlay still with a significant advantage to play with. 9-6 on the T-half is really nice for GPlay.
Absolutely, but it's a reasonable comeback for Epsilon. I think it was 7-1 at one point, right?
Yeah.
When we came back from the last break, it was 7-1. And now it's 9-6 in favor of the Bulgarian team. So let's have a look at how this pistol goes. Again, even if they win this pistol, it's going to be a long way. But if they can break the GPlay economy in the way...
Biggie didn't buy anything. Still got $800.
Didn't buy anything at all?
Didn't buy anything. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Interesting. Right. Is that like, is he saving for the AWP, do you think? Like proper saving, hardcore, all the pennies?
I think the pistol round has so much of an impact that you should always buy. You should never save. But anyway, looks like GPlay going to find themselves a house full of teas. And it's going to be a nice result there for Epsilon, taking down 2 players. Dreamer on the site now. He's got to come out with some big results here. Gets immediately dropped there. And Spy Leader, it's all on him. All the pressure is on his shoulders. But GPlay still with that round advantage. They're going to feel relatively comfortable, even though they'll be losing this one. It should really, unless Spy Leader does something pretty magnificent. He doesn't have a kit in his hands just yet, as well. Something to consider here. So that bomb was just planted. Able to take down Uzi on the flank. Now they've got to be careful here. Run through that smoke. Oh, that's a nice tag. And James, is that your doing?
I don't know why it does this. I haven't. Yeah. GoTV's just bugged as hell, man. It won't let us leave smoke grenades. It gives these random cinematic views without us asking. It's just crazy. It's got a mind of its own. But I do wonder. if Biggie just forgot to buy,
I think so.
like maybe he thought he bought armor and then forgot he didn't buy armor.
Yeah, I don't think there's no reason not to buy it.
Because like, if he was saving, it would make sense that he was rolling with a CZ now, not GMX. But GMX likes to be at the back of things and tries to kind of, you know, he's busy with the puppet strings.
Equally though, if you have a player who has got like a CZ or something, you can send him first, because often you're going to be looking for a stack, or you want a player that can like risk his life, but not give away an important weapon like an AK or a Galil. And if he drops a CZ, I mean, you're not going to be crying too much.
It's something we saw Fnatic do when a CZ was infinitely overpowered to what it is before. But I feel like part of it with GMX is that he doesn't get so many frags because he's the guy who throws all the nades for his team, but also it allows him to think about what's going on.
So we are going to have Scream looking for the opening from Boiler perhaps, or maybe not. He's just going to straight away just jump back out. Kind of flirting with the idea of peeking, but not in the end. And GPlay with these pistols can certainly cause some trouble here on the A-bomb side. They've got good positions, but the flashes come in and can't shoot anything when you're blind, it would seem. Dreamer going down, and now spotted corner of the site itself. Looks like it is troubling times here for GPlay as Epsilon look ready now to actually bring this back to what would be close to a tied match. They drop a couple players at the end, but that's a 9-8 score now as GPlay have to go for their save. So we will be tied up here, assuming that Epsilon don't do anything crazy and do indeed win this round.
Okay, so we have a pause coming in. Let's have a look at how things are going at the moment. Obviously, Epsilon winning the pistol round, which is going to be important for them, of course. But it's still going to be a bit of an uphill struggle, even if they win this final round and bring it to 9-9. They need to win 7 rounds on the T side. But again, I mean, basically the same thing just happened to GPlay, so I don't see why it can't happen to Epsilon. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
I mean, we saw a significant change in Epsilon on the CT side when they started to have some money together to play with. And then also when Epsilon had an AWP on FXio, even though it was just the 15th round, the last one that he had that, we can see that he moved in for the aggressive play on Banana and like instantly killed someone with a great flick shot. And that was something that just wasn't present in the entire first half for them. So Epsilon weren't able to show their strength on CT, because their CT strength is actually because of the dominance that FXU can bring to the table with the AWP, and how well Scream can play the pit kind of apartments area on A is usually quite terrifying. Like, we've seen some terrifying results from them. I think they've had some really big performances on Inferno. I think they beat NIP on Inferno not so long ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they're pretty scary there. And GPlay did a good job denying that, and Epsilon going to be hard pressed to put GPlay in that same position, but we'll see if they've got the goods.
So what's your opinion of GPlay so far?
Well, I think it's difficult because they won the right rounds. They made the right plays to keep Epsilon out of the game that they are the strongest in, and that is to some extent to their merit. But I do also want to see how GPlay could have played against an Epsilon CT that was fully stacked out and fully loaded.
Yeah,
we didn't really get to see that. So I'm kind of reserving my judgment for now. But their recent results suggest that they are up and coming and very strong. But yeah, just looking forward to seeing how things play out here on their CT half as well, and also moving into the next map, Dust 2, also how things develop there. So I'm going to reserve my judgment for now.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing an open map with both teams as well. That will be interesting. So we're almost getting back into this game, people. Should be there in just a few seconds. So I wonder how long these guys have been together for. They've got a lot of sponsors. Look at all their sponsors. They've got Plantronics, they've got AOC, Valley Computers, which I think their manager owns that company or something. So.
Well, these two teams have never played each other, apparently, so So this is a new experience for both of them. But, you know, Epsilon is starting to show more and more chemistry, and GPlay being as upcoming as they are. These are like really interesting matches. Like just like yesterday, we had some really good best of 3 matches. Yesterday, Hellraisers and LGB. If you missed it, LGB managed to take down Hellraisers, and LGB is a Norwegian lineup now, and forming of some past London Conspiracy players. You got Rubino from the old H2K, and we also had Navi and Mouse Sports, and that was a really sick match as well. We saw some great stuff there, and Navi, always such a joy to watch. Mouse Sports showing so much potential. It's kind of unfortunate that they ran into Navi, because I feel like Mouse Sports could have had any other team in this eight team bracket could have been, I think, an easier job for them than Navi.
Well, you got to beat the best if you want to.
It's true. It's true.
Join the rest.
It is true.
Boom.
It is true. And I apologize if I still sound really nasally. I'm under the weather a little bit, but it happens. I'm only human.
Okay, so we resume the match. Let's have a look at what the dealio is with the G button. So we're going to find the CTs on the last eco. Not much of a buy coming out whatsoever. Got a Victor with a P250, and that is about it, pretty much. So, tentative passive play here from the Ts. You can see the bomb is in an entirely recoverable position on your screens. And Epsilon on a fact-finding mission right now, trying to figure out where a potential stack is. Bubble has been seen and has been robbed of 95 of 100 HP. He's going to be playing the arch area, but the first frag going to go in favor of Dreamer, taking down GMX. Is he going to pick up the gun, though? Hasn't picked up the gun just yet, so can only presume that GMX was on the balcony area. That's going to instantly force the rotation over to the B-bomb site from the French. Biggie has to be careful that he doesn't get caught with a nade in his hand there, because the first frag onto the B site. There's a second after a push through the smoke, and that's going to be the bomb site in control of the French. See, Bubble indeed has that AK, and with 5 HP, he's going to go for the save. And Dreamer is probably going to go to see how much damage he can do. Got a CZ, no armor, so nothing to lose, really. See what he can do. So it looks like GMX was just rolling with the CZ once again. So only 1 gun lost for Epsilon, as I say that. There's the third frag of the round for GPlay. So they're going to save 2 AKs here. Meanwhile, we have Big E and Uzi making their escape. Uzi only with a P250 somehow. Just wondering, did they go through that round with only 2 rifles?
Well, I mean, it's
3 rifles, sorry.
It's early days, and they can get the saves going for those big guns. Really want to see
big
the AWP on this man right here. Come on. You've got 5950. There it is. Going to be thrown off across by Biggie there. So here we are. 2 AKs saved for GPlay. That's really nice on the CT side. Don't want to peek against FXG on middle. They're not going to do it, at least not yet anyways. We have GPlay playing without a smoke, actually, just going for the open peaks here on Banana. Spy Leader just re-peeking and re-peeking there, playing with fire. In goes the Molotov there from the T's. That's actually very well placed. It's going to cut off the escape route just momentarily now for Victor. So we'll have to see if Epsilon just try to take control of this Banana area. They've managed to put a lot of good pressure on, and then they just haven't really been there for GPlay to just deny it. And at the same time, Epsilon are taking control of middle as well, and GPlay have fallen all the way back on all the positions.
The very passive play coming in, and the rotation is coming in as well from Bubble. So call has been made, and he is going to be adding extra support to the arch area, where he's going to find at least 3 of the freshmen starting to push. Going to hold a more passive angle there, but Uzi going to get the better of him, take down that frag. The wrap could be real here, and Victor is in a difficult position. Looks like he may go for a push through the smoke as rotations are coming in CT. You can see that NKL has got past GMX, who's taken down Dreamer as he tries to rotate as well. Victor falling down, and this is not going GPlay's way whatsoever. We've got NKL kind of lost in CT spawn, sandwiched between at least 1 Frenchman and the rest of them on the B site. We have Spidey has just left him to fend for himself, as he's going to be playing with that chicken coop. So, see if who gets the best angle. NKL is going to get the better of GMX and save another AK here.
is going to be hunted by the French though. See if he goes to pit or if he's going to go and try and jump into apps. Got Big E starting to approach. Looks like Spy Leader will save without much trouble. And it's just going to be if NKL can save this or if he can do some more damage. Gets shot straight in the dome there. So going to be Spy Leader saving that solo rifle for the Bulgarian team as Epsilon break their economy.
Yeah, so they're looking really strong now, and GPlay no money really to get the proper buys going, but they do have enough to scrap some pistols together. Sometimes that's enough, but Epsilon, yeah, they're looking really nice and very patient in the last round, relying on their individual skill when all the grenades went away, looking for those open jewels, and largely GPlay gave them to Epsilon. Nice trade there.
That 1 AK on the team, getting the first frag. Trade coming in immediately, though, and that's going to crush the rest of the GPlay's team's firepower. I'm curious to see if they're going to throw that AK across the fence, or if they're just going to leave it there and try and protect it. Scream, you can see, just controlling the banana area. And as we approach, I don't see any trace of that gun.
So after they got the trade, we saw
it is on the floor, actually.
Immediately, Bubble went from A to rotate towards B. So now they're on a 4-on-2. No matter what they do, Epsilon get a 4-on-2 right now. So here we go, making their way into the B-bomb site. Tossing in all the grenades. And there's the spray. Scream helping Victor take down GMX a little bit there. But FX Show on the flank. They've got more than enough players to put on all the right positions to stop this retake. And bomb does go down. Bubble in construction. As Epsilon have the perfect positions. There it is, Scream. Working his magic.
Scream doing what Scream does.
And going to find himself the last kill there onto Bubble. And there you go. 11-9, Epsilon looking fantastic. Now GPlay have loads of cash in the bank and they can start getting the buys going once again. And we'll have to see how that goes. But first of all, another pause coming in whilst we have what seems to be some DDoS, which riddles Epsilon games, it would appear.
Indeed. So I know... looking at the pings quickly, it seems okay over there. So we'll have to see what happens. Give these guys a few... It continues! Epsilon with a 2-round advantage here versus GPlay, who are back on the buy, and they have an AWP of their own in the name of Bubble. You're having a bubble, mates. If you don't know what that means, then check the Googlers. So we have a 4-man push towards the B site. Scream just going to run into the site here. He's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Gets the frag as well. That is mad YOLO from the French right now. 2 frags onto the B-bomb site. Bomb is going to go down pretty quickly, and Bubble is miles away. So, you have to wonder, if they're going to go, like, what are the options for GPlay here? Do they try and get a quick frag and then pull back if they can't make it? Because Bubble's just standing around in apps right now.
No,
so it's like his WASD is dead.
Yeah, they just want to keep these weapons alive. Because they can just buy the next round no matter what. But Bubble is... It's a pretty rough situation. I mean, there's lots of ways, obviously, you can play it. You can either just go NIP style and just play like really passively and just rely on like really awesome setups. It depends if they've developed that sort of style, if that's what they can use. Or maybe GPlay are actually more of a... Maybe Bubble is supposed to be more of an aggressive AWPer and find the edges that way. Some teams are like that. Like, you know, we saw that Kucha was doing this quite well for Hellraisers to spy.
I had spaghetti for lunch, actually. I had spaghetti with lobster for lunch, wow.
You're not allowed to do that.
It was really nice.
Not allowed to do that.
Okay, so you can see Biggie just throwing a nade away because he wants to buy a different nade. It is going to leave spawn with 2 flashes, a Molotov, and a smoke. So this is another buy round for GPlay. We've got AWPers for both sides. Bubble going to play the JW spot, and he's being approached by GMX. Surprise! He goes down. Bomb hasn't been seen though, or I'm not sure actually if it fell or if he's through it, so we will see. But we have a pop flash going towards Arch there from Effexio. You can see I throw a similar pop flash, but I throw it higher, but mine's worse because if you're standing under the awning on Arch, then you don't get flashed. So that one definitely superior. Adjusted to flash everyone.
So we can see the impact Bubble's having now. We were talking about how aggressive play could be the edge that they would need. And the apartment's push was really smart. Good gamble, going to pay off for them. Epsilon, can they save it though? Look at this, about to jump on in here for this push on Arch. Bubble ready with the AWP, does get flashed and smoked off a little bit, but there's still a gap for him to see through. Oh, this is dangerous here if they think that that's smoked off, but Bubble back through to Library now, looking to rattle off some shots through the smoke. How does that not connect? Wow, that's very unlucky for Bubble. FXO in the meantime is going to get the kill onto Spidey as they wrap through Speedway. FXO takes down Bubble along the way, and now Victor is sitting here in construction, going to be taken down by Uzi, and it is just a train of destruction here through the map. The French side Epsilon with 10 seconds left, get the bomb planted, and Dreamer and NKL not really left with any options but to save.
Indeed, it's another round where the rap is real from Epsilon. There's a play on the word rap in there somewhere, but I'm not going to do it, Dan. I'm not going to do it.
Rap.
Epsilon should be surviving with 4 plays. And let's have a look at the team money as well. They are in the tens of thousands right now. That is fantastic news for them. As we do have the location of these players is being approached, watching each other's backs there. Good play by GPlay in the latter stages of that round. However, they have lost. And it is going to be Epsilon 3 rounds away from taking the first map here to go on to play Na'Vi in the next round, the final round. But this is a best of 3. It is a best of 3. Currently 0-0. Both teams playing for the first map. GPlay on the favoured side now, but they're getting a taste of their own medicine. But we are seeing a push all the way down mid from 2 of the plays, and this is a full buy as well. But almost all the Epsilon players are in second mid, and with that spray down from Dreamer, they're going to know that their position has been compromised. Going to have to move fast here before they get flanked. However, NKL in a very strong position to A, get information for his team, and B, take down 2 of the plays and see the bomb. So it's working out for GPlay in the end. That aggressive push down mid has worked wonders for them, and that's going to be almost a clean sweep for them. Only NKL going down for them, so what a turn of events there for GPlay.
Yeah, a bit of a mess there for Epsilon thanks to that push of GPlay on second mid, and it's rare that you see the bedroom hole actually do so much damage, but they were under so much pressure from second mid that they just didn't check it. The first man just didn't check it. By the way, Bubble going to go for the aggression on Banana this time. There is a player by the logs. Can't really get stuff out. They will. As we see, nobody going down for either team. Just a bit of damage traded here and there.
Interestingly, the same as you saw GPlay aggressively contesting Banana in previous rounds when they are on the T side. You see the same thing from Epsilon, forcing the CTs to go back to the site. You can see Victor and Bubble there just holding more passive positions as Biggie comes in to cause a bit more havoc if he can. In the meantime, Spider just standing in the middle of mid with 2 people facing Boiler. Nick and NKO going to get that frag there, which is going to slow things down. The bomb still loitering around the A side as they have 50 seconds on the clock. Still could go to either side here. There is an argument for Arch, which is going to be won by Uzi. Bubble on his way to show his disagreement. Oh! The timing!
He's left with 1 health. That's amazing. He's still alive. Dreamer is going to get the frag, runs out of bullets. And Epsilon 2-on-2 now with 30 seconds left on the clock. They are aware that both players are rotating. Bubble is going to eliminate GMX by pit. As FXO has got his Nikes going here as he runs up Banana into the B bomb site for the plant. And just a quick check with the AWP there before the bomb is going to get planted there, punching in those numbers. The bomb is dropped on the site. So
they haven't realised yet.
They didn't rotate a man.
Well, I mean, even after the bomb was planted, like Bubble still thought it was on the A bomb site.
That was very strange. Perhaps a bit of a miscommunication there that could be very costly as that bomb is ticking away. FXO guaranteed a quick 1-on-1. Cannot afford to miss this shot. And he won't. Bubble goes down. Got Victor now speeding on through to construction. He's got to take FXO down. He's just got to challenge if he wants this.
Try to keep him on site to die.
And he's going to just back away there. Is there an op somewhere for him to be picked up, actually? Can he? No, there's nothing nearby, at least. So there you go. And Epsilon now 2 rounds away from taking map number 1. They had a horrendous start on their CT side, but so far they appear to be rolling GPlay in the second half.
Okay, so let's see where Faceit goes. Looks like it could be a mid-peak here with a flash as well. You do have to wonder if they are expecting a buy round from GPlay. Probably are. Nade will come out. That's it. Some money has been spent by the side. So again, GPlay not going for the aggressive push on Banana this round as they did in previous rounds. And fairly standard positioning on the A site as well. So we'll have Uzi and the rest of his team toying with the areas. Gonna have a team flash peek onto A here. Sorry, B, sorry. But not gonna go his way. Spy Leader getting that frag. No bomb sighted for the CTs. And the smoke-offs will begin with 1 minute on the clock. You can see the CTs have actually no smokes left, but they have 4 Molotovs, so quite curious to see how they will come into play once the site push comes. It looks like it's going to be an A site push after all. Just waiting for that last smoke to dissipate there. That's GMX going to be in a position to cause some problems from the apps.
Yeah, his timing is really key. GMX, if he pops out just at the right moment when the pit player is distracted on quad, that's when he can get the entries. That's when he can open things up. But Dreamer with a quick frag on FXio is certainly going to make things a bit more difficult. GMX still stuck in the apartments, looking for that opening as the smoke will go down and obscure his vision. Tossing in the Molotov there into the back of pit. GMX still trying to get out. They very much know he's there. There's 2 or 3 players, in fact, looking at the angle. And Biggie and Screamer left over. And they have noted that now the B bomb site's open, but there's no time for a plant to actually go down. Since Scream is, looks like he's suffering quite a lot here on the lag as well, but he wouldn't have been able to get the bomb down anyway there. Either way, GPlay going to be putting it to a 3-round deficit now. They're not very far away. And the money for both teams is looking still a little bit sketchy, in fact. Epsilon finally buying almost within their limits.
Okay, so 2 rounds away from the first game here, and as Dan said, see the money starting to go down and down for both teams actually. Epsilon with not that much money on the board either, so this is going to be an important round for both teams. If GPlay can win this round, then they could quickly pull things back if they can stop Epsilon from planting the bomb here. We'll have to wait and see as Spider is just kind of trying to smoke, but it's going to be too late as the Epsilon players have already pushed through. Getting that Molotov down. We saw so many Molotovs in the previous round as well, but the site is in control of the French. Got GMX looking for that flank as well. Looks like NKL was expecting it, but doesn't get the better of him. Only 3 players remaining for GPlay. One of them still on the A site, taking down that flanker, GMX. So it's all down to Spy Leader and Bubble to stop Epsilon getting to game points here. Going to be completely smoked off from both sides. This is almost impossible for them. Spy Leader still... Oh, suddenly things have turned around. Faceit, only man standing, he gets fragged as well. Is there enough time for him to defuse the bomb? I think there is. So many Molotovs, Dan. Yep. There's just fire and smoke everywhere.
Dreamer picking up a quad kill there. 3 in a row. Very quick succession with the help of the Molotov. And GPlay managed to secure that one by the skin of their teeth. And Epsilon, though, they have gotten the bomb down in quite a few rounds preceding this. So they're still able to put a buy together thanks to that. Otherwise, it wouldn't look so dandy for them. We're even seeing a Galil there and a Deagle, so you can only imagine what would have happened if they didn't have the extra $800 from the previous round's bomb plant. But GPlay, can they hold on again here? Looks like they are playing with 3 on Banana. Looks like the trade could come in here very soon. In goes Spy Leader for the peak. He's got a teammate there to go for the quick trade. Victor is there going for the peak. They're trying to win the duel, but he's not going to connect just yet. And that is going to put him in an awkward position. Bubble, maybe he can throw some flashes over here. But okay, there is the smoke there now for Victor to stay safe on sandbags. So 4 on 4. Epsilon can certainly dictate the pace from this point forwards. As GPlay have to play defensively now. If they go aggressive on Banana, they're taking a risk that if somebody goes down, then the site is going to get taken immediately. They can't afford to take those kinds of risks right here. So they're going to play it by the book. That said, Bubble's waiting in the smoke. He's going to get flashed through. Bubble goes through the smoke with a flash. Excellent work there. Very nice idea from GPlay. It pays off. And they spot the bomb. That is key info. But Epsilon charging up charging up CT Arch there to try to get onto that wrap there. But it's not going to work. And GPlay look to have secured the rounds. All because of that really, really smart push through the smoke with the flash. They never expected that.
Yeah, that was a calamitous round for Epsilon. Just good timing there from GPlay. Going to bring it back to 14-13. And now things are going to start to get really difficult for Epsilon. As we said, even though they got that bomb plant, which allowed them to get that one extra buy round out, let's have a look at their money after this. Looks like they're going to have to go for the eco, otherwise they may just lose. And
oh, after time as well. You look at that. Izzy, no money now. Ouch, that hurts. That really hurts. That man is poor. Very poor.
yeah, and that just makes their eco all the more apparent. So we have the pistols coming out for Epsilon. Only the pistols. Scream with, Uzi with a smoke and a flash.
And I think we made this point, or I talked about this on the cash match yesterday. When you go to a site like the CTs, you really want to try to make little pushes for information, or at least eliminate possibilities, because otherwise the numbers advantage is too strong. So let's see if Epsilon can make something happen here. Oh, not quite. Going to get eliminated, mostly there by Spy Leader. But yeah, to just finish off the point, like, we saw how effective it can be there, especially like the fact that they did see some players, and they saw 2 players. They saw the bomb, but if they didn't see the bomb and there'd been presence on A, then they can make a really good guess as to what's happening, or they can make a play that suits the situation as opposed to just waiting it out and praying. So amazing call.
Crunch time for both teams here. Uzi, because of being killed after the clock, can only afford a CZ now. Aggressive positioning once again from the CTs, but going to get flashed by the Ts. Going to be forced to pull back somewhat. Again, just standard positioning once again from GPlay on this CT side. Got early aggression. The Epsilon team just trying to bait the grenades out here from the CT side. There's the first grenade out. And once that smoke's out, they're just going to back off and apply some pressure elsewhere. So we'll have Biggie just loitering once again around the banana area. You can see he's playing close to the wall just in case the flash comes in, as we saw before. That guy gave GPlay a free kill. And this time the bomb is going to be also in a safer position all the way down here with Effexio.
Spy has been pretty good on those challenges where people try to like go for those one-on-one picks from sandbags. But he's quite low, so he's not going for that anymore, it would seem. And Epsilon's slowly taking some map control up into middle. So they've pushed GPlay all the way back. So the idea usually here is that the CTs now, it's very hard for them to know what's going to happen, and their rotation is very long. And we even see the flanking coming in from GMX again. But here it is, the push on B. Spy Leader on top of Coils, spraying down 2 players. This is good work from the CT side, GPlay. It is 14-14. They might just take an edge here, as there's just GMX left over to find. And he's going to find himself so many players trying to spray away. But it is now match point, or map point rather, for GPlay. This is map 1 between Epsilon and GPlay here for the Faceit League qualifiers. And it is a best of 3. Dust 2 is the next map. But GPlay with a strong comeback here.
Absolutely. And we'll see. There's still a force buy coming out for Epsilon. They managed to get 4 rifles, and Scream now with the Tech 9, and we've seen what he can do with that gun. So 3 people slowly emerging up Banana. You saw an aggressive positioning from Bubble and NKL as well as on Banana. They were all having a look to see if they could put an early end to this round. Spy Leader almost getting caught with a nade in his hand, but has got the positioning to come in for the frags while his teammate on the site runs distraction. He's going to get 2 frags and back off, throw that molly, but there are smokes on the floor. So 4 versus 3 now in favor of the Bulgarian team. Things looking good so far. Look away from that flash as the bomb gets planted onto the B bomb site. Now the CT's playing for the retake. GMX in a position to flank, but we have NKL coming up Banana, so we'll see what role he has to play as things continue here.
Up on the combo. Empathy, nicely placed Incendiary, going to eliminate that. Very smart play as they try to go for this retake. Scream's coming into play now. Doesn't pick up any kills, and they are all going to get eliminated. GPlay 16-14, going to be able to take down map number 1. But Dust 2 coming up next. But if we just take a quick look at the scoreboard here at the end. Yeah, I was going to say Spy Leader, without seeing the score, the way that he'd been playing B,